Hi, my name is Dr. Siama Qadar, and I'm super excited to be participating in the Inform and Inspire series powered by Yardstick Marketing. Today, I'm going to talk to you about etiquette, more so during COVID. I'm going to give you some really simple tips on etiquette and how we can prevent COVID from coming into our lives. First one, we've all heard this one these past 4 months. When you sneeze in your left elbow joint. Why do we sneeze in our left elbow? Because if you're right-handed, you isolate the germs away from your right hand, but you isolate the germs in the joint. So you sneeze into that joint. It also reduces the noise. So when it reduces the noise, then people around you are not going to realize that you sneezed. So you are sneezing into your left joint, isolating the germs away from your hands. Your hands are still clean and free if you are going to touch your face, or you're going to touch your clothes, or you're going to touch some food. But when you do sneeze, do make sure that you go to the bathroom, go to the powder room, and you clean up. Use some sanitizers, clean that area, because you will have germs and bacteria there. My next tip is you are in a lift you have your mask on, there is an extra one person or an extra few people in the lift. What do? You have to politely excuse yourselves by saying, "Excuse me, I'm just going to turn my back towards you." They should understand why you're turning your back towards them. But you turn your back towards them and you essentially look at the lift wall. Now what you're doing is, if any of the lift members, they sneeze or they cough, or they are asymptomatic, or they have COVID, then you are not going to catch it, because your nose is breathing against the wall, the lift wall, rather than the surroundings of the lift, because you're facing them. So it's really important that you excuse yourself. It's not polite to have your back towards anybody. It's not polite, but we are living in strange times and bizarre times at this moment in time. So you do need to be careful, and subsequently you are careful for them as well. So you turn your back towards them, but don't forget to say hello with your eyes, acknowledge them, be polite, say excuse me, and then turn your back towards them. It's really important that you try and implement this also with children and elderly family members, because they're the most vulnerable, and we want to keep our children and our elderly people nice and safe. My next tip is, when you are pressing the lift button, try and use your elbow, and try and use the opposite hand to what you use. So I use my right hand more, so I will use my left elbow to call the lift. Now what this is doing is keeping my hands clean, just in case if there is COVID or any type of bacteria on the metallic lift button, you're not likely to catch it with your hands. Now you've exposed your elbow to it, but it's really important that you try. Your next habit should be, you should have some sanitizer in your handbag, in your pocket, in your briefcase, and you should quickly sanitize yourself. But it's isolating the germs in your elbow rather than in your hands, because it's quite easy for you to touch your face. It's habitual for you to touch your face quite easily without realizing it. Whereas your elbow, to touch your face you'd have to be incredibly super flexible to do that. So it's important that you call the lift button with your left. Now, I hope you enjoyed those really simple basic tips, and I shall see you very soon.